Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belt and Bond. It's Michelle here and today's video is going to be about my first trimester pregnancy symptoms. But before we get started, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Pause this video, click subscribe so that you never miss an upload. I'm going to have so many videos coming up, not just about pregnancy, but about the holidays and things like that. So you don't want to miss when we upload a video. So it really helps us out if you subscribe and if you give this video a big thumbs up. So let's go ahead and get started. So I am now in the second trimester of my pregnancy, but I wanted to kind of give a pregnancy update and talk about the first trimester because it was rough and it was definitely different from when I was pregnant with Scotland. Like this pregnancy, I knew like very early that I was pregnant. And the first thing that gave it away was my sore, swollen breast. Like they were so sore, they were so swollen that it was like, what is going on? Like this isn't them being swollen because my cycle's about to come on. This is a whole different other kind of level of being swollen and sore. Even now they are still swollen and sore, but it's like sore to the touch. You know that feeling when you take off your bra, it's like they are so sore. Even now, like it feels like, and I'm looking at my iPad because I have my notes over here, but it's like, I feel like there's already milk in them. I'm like, I need somebody to tell my breast that we're not feeding anybody until May. Like you guys can calm down. Baby's not coming till May, but they're like, we are like ready. We are, you know, ready to do this. So that was the first symptom. And that was like a telltale sign that like, whew, I'm pregnant. As my grandmother would have said, girl, you sound pregnant-matic. So that was symptom number one. The second symptom was acne. Now, if you've been following me, then you know that I do have PCOS and PCOS causes acne too. But I told my doctor, I was like, these pregnancy symptoms and these PCOS symptoms are like working together. I was hoping that like one would have canceled out the other, but it was like, no, we finna hit her with a double whammy. And like my acne was horrible. And wearing the mask, you know, with COVID-19 and stuff, that doesn't help because I constantly have like friction and things rubbing against my skin. But I would get so many breakouts. I even have them now. I would get so many breakouts like on my skin, and a lot of them would be like on the right side of my face, but just like bumps, and they would be like under the skin. So sometimes it wouldn't even like come to the surface, but it would just be like raised bumps under my skin. I even have one kind of like right here, somewhere like right here under my lip. But the acne has been on a whole other level. And it's crazy because it'll switch. Like one week I'll have an outbreak on my right cheek, and then the next week, like recently, it's been on my left cheek. And it's just like, my goodness, I could not catch a break. But the acne was like horrible. So with PCOS and pregnancy, my acne has been on like 1,000. The next thing was backache. And I was surprised that like the backache came very early because I'm just like, you know, the baby doesn't weigh that much. I'm just in the first trimester. Why is my back hurting? But with like your pelvis expanding, your uterus expanding, and all of those muscles and things being stretched, like my back would be in pain. I would have to have BJ like rub my back already. Or if I was like standing for a while, I'd have to like bend over and kind of stretch and stuff like that. So the back pain, crazy. Even when I had Scotland, I had back labor. So every time I had a contraction, my back was hurting. And I'd be like, babe, can you please rub my back? And he was trying to sleep. I was trying to rest. But yeah, so backache has happened already within the first trimester. I'm just like, dang, man, if this is an indication of how this pregnancy is going to be, look out. Another thing I did have was cramping and spotting. And if you saw the last video I uploaded, which was my first trimester doctor's appointments, then you know that I went to the doctor a week earlier than I was supposed to because I had cramping and spotting in week 5 of my pregnancy. It wasn't heavy spotting, but the cramps were like very painful. A little bit more extreme than like my cramps that I get for my cycle. So I did go into the doctor and they pretty much described that it's implantation bleeding since it was week 5. When I went, that's when they couldn't even confirm my pregnancy because I guess I was, the next week when I got it confirmed, I was 5 weeks and 6 days. So I was probably like 4 weeks, 6 days, or 4 weeks something then when I had the cramping and the spotting. And I still get that now. Like I went back to the doctor, I think when I was like around 9 weeks, because I was having cramping again. And she was just like, you know, it's your uterus and your pelvis expanding, so you're gonna feel those. And then the doctor was also like that a lot of second time moms, they feel like the symptoms a little bit sooner, and they feel it more, I guess, with the second child, because your body is more like in tune. Even with like baby's movement, they say that second time moms feel it a little bit sooner because they can distinguish it between like gas and just like other movements and things that your stomach does, which is true. So yeah, I had cramping and spotting at week 5. Also, which will continue, I have had nausea. I've been so nauseous this pregnancy that I haven't known like what to do. Like I'll drink ginger ale. I would always eat like cheese and crackers as a snack at work. A friend of mine bought me, I think they're called tummy drops, which is like a little ginger candy for my nauseousness. But if I wasn't eating like every hour, I would get extremely nauseous. And I never vomited or anything, but it was just like the saliva coming to my mouth and that just sick feeling in your stomach, which is just like, if I throw up, I would just feel better. Like I would want to throw up, but I couldn't and I wouldn't. But it's been like every single day, nauseousness. And I just know that like, okay, let me eat something. So like I've usually been eating something about every hour. So for breakfast, I'll try and have something a little heavy so I wouldn't get nauseous. Like I would have a smoothie and like a grilled cheese sandwich, or a smoothie and a peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then when I got to work and did everything I needed to do for the first part of the morning, I would have like some yogurt. Then after that, I'd have my cheese and crackers. And then later on, I'd have lunch. And then I would usually have like a fruit snack, like fresh fruit after lunch, just to make sure that I wasn't nauseous. But this nausea, I posted on Instagram. If you're not following me there, follow me at The Belton Beauty on Instagram, because I do a lot of Insta stories and stuff. But I posted that like this nausea is like a disrespectful type of nausea. I even had nighttime nausea. There was one night where I couldn't even sleep because I was so nauseous. Like I woke up out of my sleep feeling nauseous and couldn't go back to sleep. BJ was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I just feel nauseous. I don't know what to do." And I mean, I haven't had that type of nausea lately, but I have been nauseous in the nighttime. Like, I'm like, did I eat something? Does the baby not like cabbage? Like, what is going on? We have to figure it out. So the nausea has been on a whole other level. And I didn't have like nauseous and morning sickness with Scotland. Like I had it, I can probably count on one time how many times I felt nauseous with Scotland. And so I'm just like, this is just going to be a different journey, and I'm going to have to be ready for it, because it's not going to be the same as when I was pregnant with Scotland, and I'm already figuring that out. One of the things I also experienced that I had never experienced before was extremely dry lips. Even right now, I have on a matte lipstick. I don't know why, because it makes your lips a little dry, but my lips in the beginning of this pregnancy were so dry. Like they were dry. Not just dry, like, okay, let me put on some chapstick. They were cracked. They were peeling. Like if I did not have on Vaseline or Carmex or chapstick or something, I was in pain, like pain. They would crack, you know, like right here. It was horrible. So I was like exfoliating them to kind of get rid of all the cracked skin, and then trying to moisturize. Again, wearing the mask did not help, because the mask would like rub up against my lips and it would be painful. But I had never experienced that before. So I definitely tried to increase my water intake, because I know I just need to stay hydrated in general, but I need to be like double hydrated with the baby. But the dryness of lips was something I had never experienced, and it went away for a little bit, but now it's back, but not as bad. So I keep a whole tub of Vaseline beside my bed, so it's on my nightstand. I have so many Carmexes, so many chapsticks in my desk drawer at work. I keep them in my purse, because I am constantly applying something on my lips because they just be dry. Another pregnancy symptom I've had in the first trimester is that I've been really cold. Usually I get hot quickly, but I have been cold. Like I'm the person at work that you come into my office and my fan is blowing because I'm just hot. But recently I've been cold, like can't get warm, just cold, bringing jackets to work. Like, I don't know what it is. Even at home, I've been really cold. And usually I'm keeping the temperature cold in the house, and BJ's like, you have it freezing in here. But now I'm like, can we turn on the heat? He's like, heat. I'm like, yes, babe, I am cold. So I don't know what that means. Some of these symptoms I've looked up, other ones I've just been like, psh, it's just par for the course. But being cold is not normal for my body. Like, usually I am a very like warm person. So that kind of took me by surprise. I don't mind it though, because I'd rather be cold and can get warm than to be like hot and sweaty and all that stuff. So I don't mind being cold. Another one, which I'm pretty sure everyone experiences, is extreme fatigue. Like, to the point where I didn't know I was asleep till I woke up, you know? That's one of the things that also gave it away in the beginning of my pregnancy. I remember one time I was FaceTiming my mom, and I was just on the couch, like just looking tired. She was like, are you okay? I'm like, I just feel tired. I don't know. And I couldn't have been far along, like at all, but extreme fatigue. Like, I always get sleepy around like 2:30. I'm like, oh, I could use an afternoon nap. A lot of the times, like after we would eat dinner, as soon as I finished eating, I would go lay on the couch until like Scotland finished his food. BJ would take him upstairs and like get him in the tub and stuff, and then I would come up after that. But like in the evenings between like 7:30, 8:30, that was another nap time of mine where I was tired, you know. BJ and I would try to stay up and watch TV shows and movies and stuff, and he already knew, like, he was giving me the side eye heavily, because he knew that like I was gonna fall asleep. And I had to tell him, babe, like, you got to give me some grace. You got to give me some understanding, because I am tired in a way that I've never been tired before, and in a way that like I can't control. Like, I really cannot control how tired I am. It's beyond me. But I'm like, I'm growing a whole human being inside of my body, and that takes energy. And it's like passive energy. I'm not doing anything, but it's like the baby is like taking my nutrients and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's like my body is just drained. But the fatigue has been extreme. But I do listen to my body. Like, if I get tired, I sit down and I rest. Like, I try to clean and, you know, do things like that. But if I feel like, okay, Michelle, you're doing too much, I do rest. I've kind of gone back to the days, especially on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. When Scotland takes a nap, I'm like, I'm going to lay down too, because my body needs it. And sometimes I'll try to stay awake to like get certain work done. But it's like, girl, sit down. Like, sit down. It is okay. You will get things done. Sit down. So I've been able to really just listen to my body and just been like, I'm fatigued. I'm tired. I need to rest. And now BJ's like, I'm having those like sympathy symptoms because I'm sleepy too. I'm like, oh yeah, now you want to be sleepy. What else have I had? Frequent urination, of course. You know, the thing is though, like, I don't know why you have it so early, because it's not like the baby is so heavy and pressing on your bladder. But what I did read is that you have so many like hormones that are like doing their thing that it just causes like pressure, and like blood supply and everything runs to that area. So you have to just go to the bathroom frequently. Usually, like sometimes at work before pregnancy, I could go a whole day and not use the bathroom at work, just because I'm very task oriented. So if I'm working on something, I don't want to stop and get it done. Like, let me just power through it. But now it's like 3-4 times a day I'm going to the bathroom. I was getting ready this morning to film this video, and I was like, why do I need to go to the bathroom again? But it was like within 15 minutes I was having to go to the bathroom. But that's a good thing. And I just, you know, go when you need to. But again, that's another symptom that's par for the course. They say it kind of leaves in the second trimester and then comes back in the third trimester when baby's like getting really big and head down and pressing on your bladder. So we'll see. Another thing I've had is like food aversions, and not really food aversions where like it's like, ew, I don't want that, or this is gonna make me throw up, although I did have something like that. My food aversions have been like, I don't know what I want to eat. Like, I have literally had a taste for nothing. It's like breakfast is always easy because I know I have to eat like a smoothie, some fresh fruit, you know, half a sandwich or something, and I'm good. But for lunch and dinner, I've been struggling because it's like I don't have a taste for anything. I don't know like what I want to eat, what I feel like cooking. It doesn't help because BJ's like, well, I don't know, what do you want? So that's been like the craziest thing. But like some of the things I've taken to lunch is just like, let me make some vegetable beef soup and take that. I made chili one time. A couple of weeks ago, I was gonna make quiche and take it for lunch, and BJ was like, well, I want to have it for dinner. So then that kind of messed me up because we ended up having quiche for dinner and I didn't know what I wanted for lunch. But that's been the crazy thing. I did, even when I made that quiche, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you know this, but I like cooked the sausage and the bacon the day before because I make a bacon spinach quiche and then a sausage quiche. Cooked the meat the day before because I was going to be kind of busy the day that we were going to eat it. And so then I just wanted to be able to dump everything in the pie crust, put it in. When I went to eat the quiche, like I took a couple of bites and the baby was like, we don't want it. And I was like, what? I felt so sick. I couldn't finish eating. I just sat on the couch that night and drank water because that's all I could do. So my food aversions have been very different. Again, I didn't have this with Scotland. Like it was like the most blissful, happiest pregnancy. And I am definitely enjoying this one. It's just amazing to me how different it is and how soon I'm seeing those differences. Did have a little diarrhea. We just gonna keep it at that. That's been a pregnancy symptom. And then the one thing that I've been craving, which I'm not craving it so much right now in my second trimester, but I just wanted some French fries from like anywhere. McDonald's French fries. I stopped and got Burger King French fries one time, and I don't even like Burger King like that. Chick-fil-A fries, like any kind of French fry. Baby was like, that's what we want. That's what we like. And you know, you got to give the baby what they need. So I stopped and got some French fries. Well, that's like the only thing I was really, really craving. And a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times, we would go to McDonald's and I would get the fish fillet meal with the large fry and some sweet and sour sauce. Like that's what I would get. That kind of sounds good today, but I don't think that's going to be the move today. But yeah, that's the only thing that I've really been craving. I haven't been wanting a lot of sweets, which is good. Well, I'll say first trimester. Now I kind of want some. But like I wasn't eating a lot of sweets. Like I love Snickers bars and like people would give them to me and I'd eat it, you know, sometimes, but I could look at it and just be like, I don't really have to have that. So I was happy that I wasn't craving a lot of sweets because I don't need a lot of sugar anyway. But that's pretty much all of my first trimester symptoms. If you're pregnant or if you remember your first trimester being pregnant, please put your symptoms down below. If you've had some of the same ones I had, or if you had something different, let us know and we can just chat it up in the comment section. I love reading you guys' comments and feedback and things like that. So I just want to thank you all for your support and encouragement on this journey. We have some more videos coming up, a little gender reveal because we know what baby Belton is right now. So yeah, just stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe and remember to be bold, be blessed, and be bonded. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.